He said, "God damn, we just spent $100."
Yeah.
I don't even know, man. You know, I got this from
Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. Operation need vaccine. We say vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. One to the vaccine for the crack fiend. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. We fear them shooters from when the vaccine. Hey, when the vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. One to the vaccine for the crime scene. Take it to you, fall up like vaccine. We need a vaccine at the ghetto car. Our struggles are no similes and no metaphor. If we get to you dream, if we get a car, buy a house, try make it out, no get so far. No live so long, we get vaccine. Get up people no want to do vaccine. If it's not a vaccine, we stop cream and can live a better life and stop dream. When we in a jail house, we still no get charged, can't get no bail out. We say vaccine, what we make no see road quarantine. Vaccine, vaccine, vaccine. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. One to the vaccine for the vaccine. We afraid them shoot us from when the vaccine.
Like to go to war, you have to be like 20.
One to the vaccine when the vaccine. One to the vaccine from the crime scene.
Right, so you would be considered a man like
we need a vaccine for real, cause some evil people them be will lead us. Foot power next time for you no ease off. Me no trust Babylon, we need a vaccine. For them stop, deceive the poor and every workplace start. Give people more vaccine, me not lie, we need the cure. The police stop, kick in the door. We need a vaccine for bust the aisle. Bill fi cut the piping, look how long. I'll price drop, but JPS I give we some fuckery like Billy Ola who no fake. Yeah. UPK got the vaccine. Mr. General Yan have the vaccine. General my man have the vaccine. Big Captain Mashak got the vaccine. Hey, Nayatap got the vaccine. Hey, Abada one got the vaccine. Hey, Akaya got the vaccine. Bakawar got the vaccine. Hey. Ever since it's a COVID-19, everybody does a talk about vaccine. One to the vaccine when the pot clean. Operation need vaccine. We say vaccine. Vaccine. Yeah.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Yeah. So you already know what this is. This is the ISUPK Tuesday night class, brotherhood and sisterhood class, and this is where we talk about brotherhood and sisterhood. So if you need anything, mainly what you probably would need, I'm gonna give you some time to go get, but you definitely need to get your precept books out, get everything you need so that you can write these scriptures down, and you're not just wasting everybody's damn time. All right. So the main thing we want to focus on is today. Our brother had a question about when a man is considered a man in biblically, and like marriage, the biblical age of marriage, things like that. Like when should you get married and stuff like that. So I think that was fit more properly fitting to name the class that. So I guess we'll just go there with it. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start the class, and I'll be right back in a few seconds. All right, let's get it.
do it carefully. You can lose everything you own over jealousy. When I met her, I ain't never sweat her, I just let her breathe. Leave you down, keep my foot on you, that's not my pedigree. At your throat, I done took an oath, I pray I never leave. I'm a different guy, you're surprised, tucked in my sleeve. Boy, you fucking stupid, soldier seat for some bloody bees. True nation, cut the conversation, better keep it brief.
It's about time, so no curses to our enemies. You can try to run, but you gone, it's your destiny.
All right, goddamn it, let's get it. So this is the ISUPK Brotherhood and Sisterhood class for the nation, for the gods. All right, Makwadash, Shalom, says to you, Yahweh Shemar Latamba Hashem Yahweh Shah to you. Young man, all right, let's change that. Keep coming to class. Keisha, Marie, what's going on? Shout out to you. Young man Meech, Dasha Yamawa. Oh man, I didn't know nobody's gonna get that variation like Thasha Yum. Yeah, Shirai Yaquar, Shalom to you, sis, Yaquar. All right, so everybody else, man, look, just do this, right? Just push the share it, and then just send it out to, whoever you can send it out to. Send it out to a group. Do something, man. Help us get out. Attack this algorithm. All right. That's right. The algorithm likes. I'm not going to go over there because they don't even support their own shit. Slacking. But let's try to support these classes that go out. We do a lot of work to get it out. Let me see. How do I focus in a little bit? Oh, is that it? Oh, there we go. All right. They're like, damn, don't go too close. This is ugly. All right. Yeah. All right. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna talk about. We can talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. If anybody got a question or whatever, this is time for it or whatever. But we're gonna go into like the age of a man. You know what I mean? I think somebody might have came at a brother or something like that, because I think they would talk. Because you know how like people, I had somebody come and say that they went into like the Book of Enoch or something. I think it was like the Book of Jubilee or something like that, when they said Isaac had married Rebecca at when she was 9 years old, something like that. And right, yeah, and that's completely false. The Book of Enoch is not a real book. The Book of Enoch is a book that has, let's just say,
They got fantasies and theories.
Say, okay, I'll give you an example. So let's just say that the Book of Enoch, right? The Book of Enoch is like when you read about Enoch and stuff like that, it's real. You know what I'm saying? But it's fragmented, meaning that it's not complete. You know what I mean? Like the Dead Sea Scrolls. Right. So like the Book of Enoch would be like this. You know what I mean? Right? But then it's like you got to fill all the rest of it in. You get my point? So it's not. I don't know how they would say it, canonical or whatever. Because it was talking about how Moses was white and leprous and snow and all this other kind of stuff. Go ahead. You want to say something?
Yeah, it's kind of a concept. Slack if I may though. I was looking and there was never a reference in the Bible to a quote unquote book of Enoch though.
Yeah, right. Because they're talking about Enoch in the Bible. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. I think Enoch was Noah's great grandfather. Or it was one of them. I think it was like Moses' great grandfather. So they say, how, remember he got taken up or whatever, and they try to say that he has a book. You know what I mean? And I know it. Then one in there says the Book of Jasher in the Bible. It does reference that. Yeah. So and that's what that's. So maybe it could be. You know what I'm saying? But it's not like what the oppressor has. Go ahead.
If I may. It was almost like saying it's even in the Book of Jasher, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then if that's the case, then then the book of Persians and Medes should be part of the scriptures too.
Right.
They say it references the book of the Persians and Medes.
Mhm.
So it's just like what they say
Mhm.
about this. You know what I mean? About this.
Right, exactly. The Lord wanted us to know the Bible, and that's why we got it. All right. Okay. So, all right. Let's get it. Let's just answer this question. All right, for the brother. All right. All right. Let's go. Numbers 8 and 24.
End-time teacher, make sure he stay in class.
Who?
Somebody in the chat, end-time teacher, make sure he stay in the class and learn. Because
Oh, that's somebody you know.
no lie, sir. He looked like he's from GMS where he's talking.
Oh, somebody in there.
I've heard of people say
We spare not over here.
So he's talking about something like the Book of Joshua or something like that.
Nah, he was trying to say the age is 11 to 14. I'm like, that.
Yeah, that's he one of them.
Yeah,
He was the age of man.
No,
age,
to get married.
age to get married.
You said it's 11 or 14.
Okay.
It's like, but hey, sir, this is the same dudes that be like, we don't say that you can rape children. The Bible says we can rape children. Like they be all twisted, sir.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
All right. But go ahead, man. We're gonna go into it, man.
Numbers 1.
8 and 24. Come. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 8 and verse 24. This is it that belongeth unto the Levites.
Mm-hmm.
From 20 and 5 years old and upward, they shall go in to wait upon the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Uh-huh.
And from the age of 50 years, they shall cease waiting upon the service thereof, and shall serve no more, but shall minister with their brethren in the tabernacle of the congregation, to keep the charge, and shall do no service. Thus shalt thou do unto the Levites, touching their charge.
Read it one more time from the top. I'm sorry.
This is the book of Numbers, Salakia. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 8 and verse 24. This is that, Salakia. This is that belongeth unto the Levites. From 20 and 5 years old and upward, they shall go in to wait upon the service of the tabernacle of the congregation.
Right. So this is when the Levites got the Levitical priesthood, and so this was pretty much like the service of the Lord at the age where you would have to be in service to the Lord, to have the service of the priest, right? So you wasn't getting up there at 10 years old trying to be the priest, the high priest over the church or whatever, or anything like that, right? Or the congregation rather. So you had a certain you had a certain age that you had to be, and the criteria was that you had to be 25 and up. So what does that say? That says that we did know our birthdays.
Right.
You know what I mean? We did know our birthdays, and we just didn't celebrate our birthdays. But we did know, we knew how old the men were and things like that. All right. Was there any more on that?
No, that's the end of 2024, sir.
All right. So no sweat. So let me get
Oh, did you want me to about the when they stop supposed to cease, or you want?
Oh yeah, you can keep going. I'm sorry.
This is verse 25, and from the age of 50 years they shall cease waiting upon the service thereof, and shall serve no more.
Okay, so there you go. So when you get up to 50 or whatever, you still gonna. Was any more on that after that? I think it said like you continue talking to the congregation. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
But shall minister with their brethren in the tabernacle of the congregation,
right,
to keep the charge, and shall do no service. Thus shalt thou do unto the Levites touching their charge. Right.
So at this time, this is like, like the services that came along with it, like you had the lighting incense and getting everything ready and all that kind of stuff. So when you were aged, man, you know what I'm saying, you're 50 and above, like you don't have to do that kind of work. The younger men would do it, you know what I mean? And you just pretty much just take the role of, just teaching and, like how you would do any men that have status in the congregation. You don't pick up, you don't bring boxes of food in, you don't do all of that like you was doing before. You would, if you get a certain age, you just kind of do like the just talking to the congregation and doing the work or whatever, like in that sense, right? But you're still doing the work, just not
The servile.
Yeah, the servile work, the heavy lifting, I guess you would say, for lack of better words. All right. So okay, so let me get 1 Corinthians 1 Corinthians 7:2.
Come on. This is the book of This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 2. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife, and let every woman have her own husband.
All right, so let's break this down a little bit. So let's take it real slow, right? So this is 1 Corinthians what? 7 and 2, right? So 1 Corinthians 7 and 2. So let's slow it down real quick because I think you went over it kind of fast. All right. Say it one more time for me.
Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man.
Let every who?
Every man.
What is it?
Every man.
Man. Right? Keep going.
Have his own wife.
Wife, right? So a man has a wife.
Right.
Right? Keep going.
And let every woman.
Every what?
Every woman.
Every woman.
Have her own husband.
Have her own husband. A lot of times people gloss over stuff real fast.
Right.
It's telling you right there. A man marries a woman.
Right.
A man doesn't marry a child.
Right.
You know, a man doesn't marry a child. Go ahead. Would you want to say something?
No, sir. Your camera's moving.
Oh, it's moving?
Come on.
Hold on 1 second. I can't do this. Hold on, give me 1 second. Nobody move. Nobody gets it. All right, here we go. All right. When Azal Ward do the Sabbath service, this thing don't never move. Guess the Lord be with this brother. But as soon as I get up here, it's like that's when the bugs come out. All right. Satan like, oh, you like that? Oh, you gonna like this. All right, no sweat. So, boom. All right, so the water too for but read it one more time, Azal Ward, if you can break it down like nice and slow for me.
Con. This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 7 and verse 2. Let the husband of Salakia. Nevertheless, to avoid fornication, let every man have his own wife.
Right.
And let every woman have her own husband.
Right. So we don't marry children.
Right. Right.
And also, I'm going to bring out somebody. Give me the Zondervan for virgin, and then Isaiah Ward pull up your young men and your virgins.
Come.
So,
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Go ahead.
Salakia, the trick on that statement that he just made, that verse, is that her having a flower don't make her a woman, and that's what a lot of them think.
Right.
That's why they say, 10, 9, 12.
Right.
Because some do at that time, but in a lot of people's mind, that scripture is saying that, she got a flower, she grown, she can get married.
Right. Yeah, and that's no, because and you know it's real. Okay, so say like you got a daughter who goes on her flower at 13. She's still not a woman. She still needs some time to grow. You know, some time to with dogs. You know, like if you take a dog, right, like a puppy, and they say, hey, you ready to breed the puppy? And you say no, his nuts haven't even dropped yet. That's like a way that we say he's not ready. And it's the same thing with a young girl. She's not ready for all of that. You know what I'm saying? So she waits till a time when her father feels that she's ready. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna pull. Y'all know which one I'm gonna pull to Anna. Right?
Okay.
All right, but who had that? Who had the marriage? I mean, who had virgin?
Virgin comma.
Yeah, you got it. Whoever got it. Yeah, you got it.
This the bond. This is the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, page 600 and 601. Virgin. 1. A young unmarried woman.
Right. So is it just saying a person that hasn't had sex? No, this could be an unmarried woman.
Right.
Right? Go ahead.
Second definition. A young woman of marriageable age.
Right. So a young woman of marriageable age. So it's not just a woman. So it's not a woman that just never had sex. That could be. It's, you know what I mean. Go ahead. Keep going. Was there any more?
Whether married or not.
Right. Whether married or not. So that woman can be a virgin. Right. A young woman of marriageable age. Go ahead, Zawar.
Khan. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 62 and verse 5. For as a young man marrieth a virgin, so shall thy sons marry thee.
No. You're young men and your virgins.
Young men and your virgins.
Yeah, look that up. Young men and your virgins. I can get it for you right now. Give me a second. It's about the Lord punishing us. Hold on. Well, you got it? Hold on, I got you. Lamentations 2 and 21.
Oh, I was there. So I did have it. All right. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and 21. The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets. My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword.
Right. So this is like the young men and young women. Right. Like we just read the definition.
Right.
Right. A young woman of marriageable age, young women. Right. And this is the scripture. Bring it out. Say it one more time.
The young and the old lie on the ground in the streets.
So the young and the old. Right. Go ahead.
My virgins and my young men are fallen by the sword.
See that? Keep going.
Thou hast slain them in the day of thine anger. Thou hast killed and not pitied.
Right. So there you go, man. The old people, young men, we all were slain by the sword. Right. All right. Lamentations. All right. That's pretty clear. Anybody got any questions on that? All right. No sweat. So we'll just keep going. All right. So no sweat. We'll keep going. Let me get who had the one with Anna?
Sir, I'll get it.
Anna was
Luke chapter 2.
Yeah, Luke chapter 2.
I think verse 36. Luke 2 and 36. I got it.
Luke 2 and 36. Man, it's like, come on, man. Like we're not like these other nations, man. We don't now would you want somebody to have sex with your daughter at 9 years old? No, you wouldn't. Right. Come on now, you be ready to kill somebody. You know what I mean?
Right.
Every there's no man, no black man that's in America right now, or I don't give a damn where you from.
Right.
You know what I mean? Ain't no black man in America is gonna say that he's okay with letting his daughter be married to a man who's an Israelite.
Right.
Who's an Israelite. Just because we all in the faith, you somehow, if the spirit leads you to marry my daughter who's 9 years old, you know, that I can't serve a God like that. Keep going.
That's more of Arab customs. You know,
yeah,
right. And that's not our spirit. That's not the spirit that the Most High has given unto us as a people.
Right. We don't do that.
We don't do that.
We don't do what's that called? Clitoris mutilation. You know what I mean? That they do to those young girls in Africa.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. We don't have child brides.
Right.
You know what I mean? We don't marry women that's still playing with dolls. Go ahead. And if you feel that you can do that, then you're a disgusting piece of dirt. Go ahead.
So I can sure if I may, it actually in some customs it goes both ways. They even be doing that with the women to the little boys.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like either way you look at it, it's still disgusting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. And everybody, anybody that has any damn sense. I mean, if you really want to, once you get a woman,
right?
Why would you want a kid? Who the hell would want a kid who's not even developed? A kid that's not even developed. You want a kid, then that shows a lot about you. You have a really deep-seated issues,
right?
Going on in your head. If you can look at a child and be turned on, then you deserve to be in on the sex offenders list. If you having those kind of desires, and that's where you need to be. All right. Go ahead.
So if I may, sir, that further goes to show that this book it belongs to us.
Right.
You understand? Because nowhere in this Bible does it teach anything like these other nations be doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what we see from these other nations, Muhammad marrying a 9-year-old and so forth and so on. And like you just bringing out, cutting clitoris and marrying child marrying children and all that.
And then the scriptures say in Leviticus when it says you shouldn't uncover the nakedness of believers. Hold on, let me get it. Niggas just wanna be with kids, man. What's the
that's it's lucky if I may. While you looking for that, that's what's going on now with this nation. They wanna try to make Officer Matazapah just brought out a good class Tuesday about how they preying on these
kids.
These kids and the ones that has been abused and molested as children and they're trying to pass laws now to make it all right and to make it seem as though it's the child that wants this. You know, if y'all haven't looked at Tuesday class, I urge you all to go back and look at Tuesday's class that Officer Matazapah did. It was a great class that he did.
Right. Okay. Could somebody give me Leviticus 8:18 and I end up going all the way up. 13, 18 and 13. I pretty much is talking about the nakedness of thy son's daughter.
You want 13? You want
or the nakedness that shall uncover the nakedness of thy father's wife. Yeah, that's about
17.
18 and give me where I need to go.
18 and 17.
Okay, let's get it.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 18, verse 17. Thou shalt not uncover the nakedness of a woman and her daughter. Neither shalt thou take her son's daughter or her daughter's daughter to uncover her nakedness.
Yeah, somewhere in there there's kids, ain't it?
It's a bunch of kids.
There's a bunch of kids in there, right? There's a bunch of kids in there, right?
Children.
Right. You ain't supposed to be doing that.
Right. But they are her near kinswoman. It is wickedness.
Right. So come on, man. You look, man. You're not supposed to be, of course, I mean, you're not supposed to be with a woman and seeing her daughter naked and her, and it even goes the woman and her kids.
Right.
Right. So my daughter's daughter is what? 2. You know what I mean? 2. This should be 3, 5. You know what I mean? So even then, you're not supposed to even be doing that.
If I may,
go ahead.
I read up to verse 10. Also, it says Leviticus chapter 18, verse 10. It says, the nakedness of thy son's daughter or of thy daughter's daughter, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover, for theirs is thine own nakedness.
Right. So it's children in here, man.
Right.
Right.
You're not supposed to be doing that. All right. All right. Here we go.
You want Anna?
Yeah, let me get Anna.
Come on.
That's how it works. He trying not to look up here. What?
This is the book of Luke, chapter 2, verse 36.
Mm-hmm.
And there was one Anna,
Mm-hmm.
a prophetess,
Mm-hmm.
the daughter of Phanuel
Mm-hmm.
of the tribe of Asher.
Uh-huh.
She was of a great age
Uh-huh.
and had lived with an husband
Mm-hmm.
7 years from her virginity.
Right. 7 years. So when does a woman come on her flower? For the first time. What?
Depends.
12,
Depends on
13,
the
13?
female. It depends on the
Well, listen, I'm talking about, let's go with the majority. Not maybe like the
13.
select,
Say
like 13, right? I'm not talking about the ones who just happen to be like 10 or something like that.
Right.
Because that's a small number relative to women in a larger scale, right?
13.
Yeah, so like let's just say 13. So 7 years, how old would you be?
20, sir.
20. Keep that in your mind. 20. All right.
Count.
So that's when she married her husband. Right, when she moved in, she married her husband. She was about 20 years old.
Right.
All right, so keep that in your mind. 20. All right, boom. So let's get some more on it. Let's get Numbers 32 and 11. No, I'm sorry. Let me get Tobit 1 and 9.
Count.
Tobit 1 and 9. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That's that called the tub? That's what they call a tub, right? It tastes like one. That's what that is?
Nah,
Oh, that's not the tub?
nah.
He bought something here. It was called tub.
Oh, for real?
Called tub.
Tobit, you said 1
That's
and 9?
what I almost slept in too. But go ahead and say, yeah, Toby 1 and 9.
This bed nice and porcelain.
All right, so yeah, man, you can't marry a kid, man.
Right.
Come on now.
You ain't supposed to even uncover the daggone kid.
Come on, man. Any brother, man. Let's just take it off a regular brother. Let's take it Israelite brothers. Israelite brothers. There's no brother in here that's willing to give his 9-year-old daughter or 10-year-old daughter or 11-year-old daughter up to no damn, grown man. Come on now.
Tobit 1 and 9.
R. Kelly's got 30 years for trying to do that.
Right.
He's singing on the phone too. You see R. Kelly call home? He called home and talked to Corey Holcomb. Out of all people, he called Corey Holcomb and was singing on the damn phone because he wanted everybody to send money into the. He wanted everybody to send some money into. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Whoever got it. I don't know. Whoever got it.
This is the book of Tobit, chapter 1, verse 9. Furthermore, when I was come to the age of a man,
Oh, what?
the age of a man, I married Anna of mine own.
Mm-hmm. Of mine own kindred,
Of
right?
my own kindred,
Mm-hmm.
Slovakia. And of her I beget Tobias.
Right. So, when he was a man, that's when he got married, man. You know what I'm saying? And when boys become men, they get married, right? They get married and, and they get married to a woman, right? They don't get married to children.
Right.
All right.
Right.
All right, boom. So let's remember 20. Remember, hold that in your head, 20. All right. So let's get Numbers 32 and 11.
Right. This is the book of Numbers, chapter 32 and verse 11. Surely none of the men that came up out of Egypt from 20 years old,
From how old?
20 years old
Mm-hmm.
and upward, shall see the land which I swear unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob, because they have not wholly followed me.
Right. So this is the men that were the older men, the men.
Right.
Right. Men that were 20 years up and upward. Right. And the Lord is saying that they're not going to see the Lord the land that He promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Right. So we're talking about men. There's that 20 again. Right. The 20 years old. Let's get Numbers 1 and 3. glad the brother brought this up actually, because it actually needed to be brought out.
Right.
Numbers 1 and 13.
Numbers 1 and 3.
No, 1 and 3. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's the book of Numbers, chapter 1 and verse 3. From 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel.
Yeah, but see that you had, it was a criteria to go to war.
Right.
In America, it's 18. 18 years old, you can go to war because you're considered what in America at 18?
Right.
You're considered a man at 18, right? But in Israel, you had to be 20 years old to go to war. 20. The age was 20. Go ahead.
Thou and Aaron shall number them by their armies.
Right. So if you got a bunch of, bunch of men in Israel, some of them 18, some of them 17, some of them 19, but the ones that are 20, they're the ones that got to go. All right. This is the draft. Right. Old school draft.
Right.
Right. If you were 20 years old, you went and you fought for Israel. That's that. Done. All right. So it wasn't no question about whether or not we knew our birthdays. We knew what our birthdays was. Because people were like, well, you can't celebrate your birthday? I can't believe you can't do that. It's like, well, you still know how old you are.
Right.
It's not like, because I can't celebrate my birthday, I don't know how old I am. Because I don't put, I got to count on the candles. Like,
right.
Okay, how old am I? 1, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Like, you know how old you are. You know what I'm saying? Your birthday, sometimes I remember I was just like, damn, it's my birthday today. Damn.
Yeah,
cool.
Right.
And then everybody pop out on Facebook that never like any of your posts.
Never ever.
That you put up on Facebook. None. Zero.
Right.
But they'll put a happy birthday. I've seen people putting it on my page. Happy birthday. People that I never talked to on social media. I didn't never talk to these people. But you send me a happy birthday wish. That's how strong that spirit is.
Right.
I can post up there, hey man, we need to come together. We need to separate our spirit. We need to separate ourselves. We need to educate ourselves. I can say all the good stuff on Facebook and won't nobody like you.
Right.
Except the brothers, and sisters.
Right.
But the minute that is a birthday, oh yeah, it's like you feel compelled
right
to say something.
It's like, sir, all you had to do is say, I'm blessed to see another year.
Yeah.
And you'll get 100 daggone likes.
Yeah. This is crazy, man. Right. That spirit, man, we have in America is just, it's very, very powerful. Very powerful, man. Like you wouldn't even, it's no way you can fight that by yourself.
Right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, like to people, we're the ones that's crazy for not smoking weed. You ever heard somebody say, yo, y'all don't smoke weed?
Right.
Like I remember a brother came up, he asked for a light, and nobody, it was about like 15 brothers, and nobody had a light. They was like, you ain't got a light? You got a light? No, you got a light? Damn, nobody got a light? We like, nah. Like it's regular. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's regular. And they like, the only reason I ever use a lighter now is a lighted incense.
Right.
Barbecue. Right. But even that's a job.
Right.
Because I'm like, damn. You know what I mean? I know I can't ask Isaiah Ward for a lighter because I know he don't got one. I know Matajiao don't got one. I know nobody has one. So it's like, we got to go to the store.
Right.
You know what I mean? Right. Like somebody got to go to the store and we got to go get a lighter because there's no way we're going to start this grill. Right. Unless we get a lighter. You know what I mean? Or we, the brothers have nipped that in the bud and we've been on the gas joints.
Right.
Yeah, you found out a way to nip that in the bud. So, we don't, those are like certain things, but he was just like, I seen Barzal had put a video of Officer Barzal and he was like, wait a minute, so you mean none of y'all in the school smoke weed? He was like, no, and just kept walking. You know what I mean? Like,
he's like,
yeah, you see that? Yeah, you saw that? Yeah, he was like, don't none of y'all smoke weed? He was like, no. And they just walked off.
Right.
But, yeah, so all right, so we got some more people in there. Labar, Wayanquam, Tawana. All right. Checking in from Richmond, VA. That's right. You got to make sure you follow the speed limit in VA.
Well, they got good speed limits out there in VA, though.
Cop pull you over like, look, man, you was going 71 in the 70. You can't be speeding through here like that.
You can't go over there.
It's like, damn.
I got pulled over today on the way up here.
Yeah?
40 and a 35.
Nice.
Yeah? Oh, man. They were like, man, you reckless driving out here, man. can't go that fast. You can't go that fast.
That's
Who you trying to kill?
He's like
40 and 35.
Yeah. Man, that'd be crazy.
That's crazy, man. You can still go over speed bumping that.
I remember it was like I was watching this video. This is a sidebar, but I was watching a video. It was this white lady, and she was speeding. You know what I'm saying? The cop had caught her. She was busting like a buck something. She was busting like a buck. So the cop pulled her over. It was like, yo, you know, he was already mad because she was busting a buck, like a $1.10, $1.20, and like, you know, like a 50 or 40. It's crazy. And they was like, yo, why are you speeding like that? She like, well, I'm just trying to get to work. So he's like, look, man. She's like, and I'm late, and I don't got time to be sitting here talking to you. So he was like, yo, let me get your ID. She's like, no, I'm not giving you I'm not giving you nothing. I'm not getting out this car, and you just gonna have to do what you're gonna have to do.
Damn.
So he was like, you know, so the cop was like, what? Man, the cop went, he like got in there, opened up the door, and then and she was like, she's like, don't you touch, you know, it was a white lady. She's like, don't you touch my my ignition. Don't you touch my ignition. So he unbuckled the belt like, yo, you getting out the car. She got out the car. She was like, what? And she's making a step. The cop shot her with the taser. She was like, she found like a stack of bricks. I was like, oh man, that was very
entertaining.
Yeah, and satisfying. Yeah. She's like, what? I ain't doing nothing. She's like, I gotta go to work, and I ain't got time to be sitting here talking to you on the side of this road. That guy was like, what? So she was like, all right, man. So yeah, we're gonna keep going into it. Shabar, all right, Shabar. Let me see, Corinthians 12 and 28. Let me see, I'm gonna come back to it in 1 second, all right? Let me just take a look at it real quick. I'm gonna get it in 1 second. I just want to stay on 12 and 28. Let me see. That sounds kind of familiar though. Hold on 1 second. What's that? 2 Corinthians?
First Corinthians, sir.
1 Corinthians. Just give me 1 second. I'm gonna just take a look at it real quick, Shabar, then I'll come back to it. I don't want to get too far off.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did call out sick like that.
28 to 30. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna get back to you, Shabar. Let me just finish this last couple of scriptures so that I can come back and answer your question and take some time. All right. So let me get 2 Corinthians. All right. So Numbers 1 and 3. Who had that? Right. I'll read it. Matter of fact. Numbers 1 and 3. It says, from 20 years old and upward, all that are able to go forth to war in Israel, thou and Aaron shall number them by their army. So 20 years old was the stipulation of the criteria of the age that you had to be to go to war for Israel. All right. Let me get 2 Chronicles 25 and 5. Yeah, 2 Chronicles 25 and 5.
Come on.
2 Chronicles 25 and 5. And we almost done with this breakdown.
It's the book of 2 Chronicles, chapter 25 and verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Moreover, Amaziah gathered Judah together and made them captains over thousands and captains over hundreds, according to the houses of their fathers, throughout all Judah and Benjamin. And he numbered them from 20 years old.
See that?
And above, and found them 300,000 choice men, able to go forth to war, that could handle spear and shield.
Right. So even in America, you're not, okay, you're considered an adult at 18, but you don't really get the full rights as an adult until you're 21. Right. So here, what this is talking about is that, you know, there we go at 20 years old again. You know what I mean? The age of a man in the Bible, the age of a man, right? When you become a man, you're about 20 years old. All right. Let me get Deuteronomy 24 and 5. And I'm gonna come back to you, Shabar.
Is that 24 and 5?
Yeah, 24 and 5.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 24 and verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
When a man have taken a new wife,
Mm-hmm.
he shall not go out to war, neither shall he be charged with any business,
Mm-hmm.
but he shall be free at home 1 year,
Mm-hmm.
and shall cheer up his wife, which he hath taken.
Right. So if you a brother, you know, that you're 20 years old, you know, you're old enough to be able to be sent to war. But if you a brother who just got married
Right.
to a sister, then you get a 1 year to chill with your wife before you go out to war.
Cheer her up.
Right. And we know what that is. Right. So you get to chill, you know what I'm saying? You get to chill with your wife and enjoy your wife for 1 year.
Right.
And then that next year you could be summoned to go to war. Right? You might get chosen to go. But they're not going just, if you just got married, they're not going just send you out to the front line and then you get killed and then your wife never get a chance to enjoy your marriage. They still give you some time to just chill and, you know, be able to enjoy your wife and stay at home. All right? Boom.
Huh.
All right? It's 1 year.
It's a good one right there. They get all you can get. You know,
Right. Right. Because because you're gonna go out to war. Not saying you're gonna get killed when you go,
Right.
but it's a possibility that you can.
Right.
All right. Let me get Genesis 37 and 29.
Come.
All right.
This is the book of Genesis. Oh, you said.
Yeah, Genesis 37 and
29.
29. Yep.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 37 and verse 29. And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit.
Do y'all remember what this is talking about, right?
Come.
This is talking about when they
When he tried to say that Joseph was dead.
Right.
Before they sold him.
Right. They put him. He was down in the pit. Right. Go ahead.
Come.
And Reuben returned into
Come.
verse 29 one more time.
And Reuben returned unto the pit, and behold, Joseph was not in the pit, and he rent his clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And he returned unto his brethren and said, the child is not.
The what?
The child is not.
Who not there?
The child.
Right. So he said that Joseph was a child, right?
Right.
Keep going.
And I, whither shall I go?
Right. So he's saying that when he went back, the child wasn't in there.
Right.
All right. Skip me up to verse 2. 37 and 2.
Come. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 37 and verse 2. These are the generations of Jacob. Joseph being 17.
How old?
17.
And what was he referred to as?
The child.
See that? When you're 17, you're a child. When you're 20, you're grown up.
Good night.
You're a grown man.
Got it.
All right. 17 years old.
That's genius right there, boy.
17. All right, no sweat. So let's go. Let's get Shabar out the way, man. Shabar probably turning his TV up right now. He like, no, I didn't want to hear all this. I just want to break down. So I can get back on Clubhouse. I'm in the middle of a battle.
I'm in the middle of a battle right now.
I'm in the middle of a battle. This nigga talking about weight. All right. 2 Corinthians, right? Oh, 1 Corinthians 12, right? 1 Corinthians 12.
That's funny.
He was 30. What was it? 30?
No, he wanted 20.
He wanted 28.
28. Okay.
28 and 30.
Okay. Okay. All right, go up to 18. Let's get the complete full thought. All right.
This is the book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 12, and verse 18. But now have God set the members, every one of them, in the body, as it hath pleased him.
Right. So remember, we're all the body of the body of Israel, the body of Christ, the body of the church, right? But in this body, we have eyes, we have a head, we have arms, we have fingers, we have legs, toes, all those things that work together, right, in a complete body. Keep going.
Verse 19, and if they were all one member, where were the body?
Right. If we all was the same thing, then how would you have a body? Right? If we all was a finger, right, then where would your hand be? What would the hand do if we all was fingers? Where would the leg, where would the feet be if we all was toes? You my point? Go ahead.
But now are they many members, yet but one body. And the eye cannot make, so I could say unto the hand, I have no need of thee. Nor again the head to the feet, I have no need of you.
Right. You think you don't need your foot? Then think about what if it gets cut off.
Right.
There's people that thing cut off and they will do anything to have that foot back. Right. You don't got no balance. You know, try to, you know how like even just what we do with our hands, like picking stuff up. Let's just say you don't have a thumb. How hard things are going to be. Go ahead.
Just losing the great toe.
Right. Losing that toe, that big toe. You ain't gonna be able to stand up straight.
Right.
Because you need that toe, that big toe. It's like it balances you out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of all parts of the body are necessary for the body. Right. Keep going.
Nay, much more those members of the body which seem to be more feeble are necessary.
Right. The things like, you know, a person might say, well, I don't necessarily need, you know, all my fingers. You know, I can still move without the fingers, but even the things that you might not think are important.
Right.
And we can equate this to a brother in the truth. Like, say a brother might be a trooper in the school. He might not have rank like a lot of other brothers might have, but he's still important to the school.
Right.
He's still important to the daily business that we have to do when pushing this truth. The sisters, you know, they're important. They might not go out to camp with us, but they're still important. You know what I mean? And you can't go nowhere without the sisters. You get my point? Go ahead.
It's like if I may, it's like that one football player, JPP, just Pierre Paul. He just lost the 3 fingers. Now this dude was a force to be reckoned with when he had his hand. You know what I mean? But those 3 fingers set him back a couple years before he actually started being good again. You know what I'm saying? So here it is, just like we in Israel, we are forced all together. But if the littlest part of us, you know what I mean, was to fall, that weakens us. You know what I'm saying? And it causes us to be slack, or it causes us more years to get back to that full strength.
Right. Just even the tongue, man. The tongue is important.
Good night.
Man, without that,
right,
you can't talk, you can't do nothing.
Right.
The tongue is everything. It's a little member, but tongues have gotten people killed.
Right.
Tongues have started wars.
You
know what I mean? And caused millions of people to die.
Right.
Behind that little tiny member.
Right.
Right. Keep going.
And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor.
Right. That's taking giving honor to the younger men.
Right.
Giving honor to, you know, the men who might not have the job of being, you know, the general over the city. Right. But that brother might be, you know, a trooper that can carry this camp equipment. You know what I mean? The brother that can feed everybody at the barbecue.
Right.
You know what I mean? The sister that can, you know, that can cook and make sure everybody's good. The sister that can bring home some what's that word? Some non-profits, you know what I'm saying, to make, you know what I mean, to make things easier on the brothers, you know what I mean? The sister that can bring home these programs and help people out, you know, like all those things help out, and that's what we give the most honor to. You know what I mean? That's what Paul is saying here. You give honor to the things that you think might not be so honorable.
Right.
Go ahead. You want to say something,
sir?
Tajio?
If I may, even like when you was talking about the women and men, like how conflict can start with that, because The women, they go, they get the nails done, they get them eyelashes, they get them eyebrows arched. Those are what we would call feeble parts of the body, but they are attractive to certain people, and they can start wars and start conflict.
Yeah,
and people will kill for that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
And that is a good point. And that's why Paul is saying, you know, the things that we might think that are not important are the things that are the most important.
Right.
Right? Who was reading?
Common concert.
We getting down to your point, Shabar.
Let's start at chapter 23. And those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor. And our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. Comeliness, like
right. So the things that are not good about you, or you know what I mean, then they become better. They become more comely. Right. You know what I mean? They become more stronger, more attractive about you. You know what I'm saying? Because we regard the things that a person might try to look down on, like these rich cats. You know what I'm saying? With Whack 100. These cats, he sit on there all day and look down on those people. Right. Because he got money. Right. So people will take your ridicule, people will take you, you know, you talking down to them and just treating them like they're nothing. Why? Because you got money. And that's how it is in America. It's like, you know, the rich people that got, like you're talking about in the scripture, with a gold ring, that dude with a gold ring, you know, he come around, everybody want to hear what he got to say because he got a hit song on the radio. Everybody give a damn about what he got to say. Right. But the brother who got all the knowledge and that can really free your situation, you don't want to talk to him because he don't got no gold ring. But what Paul is saying is that we don't have to scratch all that. We don't look down on the brothers who might not have it like we have it, or, you know, might not be able to eat first. You get my point? But those brothers is who you esteem first. Right. You esteem them more because that's ultimately what's going to make you better on the overall. The sisters are what's going to make you better on the overall. Not just because you can break the scriptures down. Who the hell cares? Right. Go ahead. You want to say something?
I just had a precept on what you was just talking about. What you just brought out. James chapter 2, verse 2 says, "For if there come unto your assembly a man with a gold ring and goodly apparel, and there come in also a poor man in vile raiment, when ye have respect to him that weareth the gay clothing, and say unto him, sit thou here in a good place, and say to the poor, stand thou there, or sit here under my footstool." Right.
It's like, man, you know, you don't want to live your life like that. Go ahead. You want to say? Go ahead. Break it down.
No, it was just one more verse. It says, "Are ye not then partial in yourselves, and are become judges of evil thoughts?"
That's right, man. Like soon as somebody with some money come in, you ready to put it all out there. You know what I mean? Let what's his name? Let a good give me some you know, the oppressor walk in here, he ready to join anything he talking about doing. Anything. He could come in here and, you know, start waving the goddamn I always say that. He start waving the damn American flag. He ready to go join the army and go to Ukraine. Right. You ready to join right now. Where's the recruitment office? I'm going right now because he came in here and waved that damn flag. Right. You ready to march right now. Don't let him beat no drum. Going through the hood. Every killer ready to run down to the recruitment office and go join the army. All right. Yeah, they wave that cross in there. You get on your knees and start praying to white Jesus. Right? You ready to give up all your spirit. That's all it takes is you to have some money and have some gay clothing. And that clothing is gay. It is definitely gay. Yeah. You think this would be so crazy. Like I seen the baby, right? He had like these pants. They looked like tights. They wasn't pants. They wasn't like, you know, skinny jeans. They were like tights. And I'm thinking to myself, cats be thinking like that is so fashionable. Right. And they think like, oh, I came up with this in my mind. Right. And this is somebody laid that out for you. Right. Somebody said, this is what black people are gonna wear. This is what niggas gonna wear right here. Right. Go ahead.
They just had that whole that gala event You know what I mean?
The Met Gala?
The Met Gala. All them rich folks dressing in all types of weird clothing. All types of gay clothing. How about that?
Right.
All right.
Keep going. Let's keep going. Let's get to
This is you want me to drop down?
No, keep going. Keep going. Let's go.
This is verse 24. For our comely parts have no need, but God hath tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to that part which lacked.
Right, meaning that we're only as strong as our weakest link.
Right.
You might think we're strong. That's why I push it so much on the camp for excellence, for work. You know what I mean? If there's a brother in the camp that doesn't work, then, and if we got brothers in the camp that don't work, then we're as good as them.
Right.
We're not as good as, Mataziala come all the time. Azar War's here all the time. But that don't mean nothing if the other half ain't doing nothing.
Right.
You know my point? We're only as strong as the brothers that you labor with, the sisters that you labor with. We're only good as the parts that we're lacking in. And by having this body, the parts that we lack in, we're able to make stronger. Right? Keep going.
That there should be no schism in the body.
You know what schism is, like issues, right? Issues with each other. Keep going.
But that the members should have the same care one for another. And whether one member suffer, all the members suffer with it.
Right. So that means like when you go on social media and you say stupid stuff, remember all of us suffer behind it.
Right.
Right. It's not just you. So if a sister go on there, it's all the sisters in the school.
Right.
When you say stupid stuff on Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that about your husband or whatever, they don't look at it like it's just you. They say them sisters in the ISUPK.
That's right.
Right. So a sister that don't do that, she's lumped in that with all that too. It's just like if we go up here and what was that one? It was a video came out, right? It said ISUPK brother cries or something like that. He not in here, but still, you know what I mean? It comes on everybody. Like the minute you associate yourself and say that you're an ISUPK, what you saying is that you're a part of a body.
Right.
So you can't be doing whatever the hell you want because it's going to affect all of us, even me. And I might not even go out like that, or even a brother who's don't never go out. He's into that too, right? Because he's part of the body. Keep going.
Or one member be honored, all the members rejoice with it.
Hold on, where was you at?
This is 26.
This is or one member be honored and all the members. Okay, and then one member suffer, all the members suffer, and one member be honored and all the members rejoice with it. So meaning like when we get praised as, and I'm using our own examples, but if we get praised as a camp, it's not just me. If I get praised as a camp, if they say, hey man, Captain Zaiwan, man, you got a good camp down there. And I tell y'all, and I say, man, the general said, man, he liked the way everything is running or whatever like that. It's not just me. Right. It's y'all. Because when you see, like, or if it's you, it's still me.
Right.
You know my boy? They be like, yo, Azar, man, that brother's strong. It's still me. You get my point? It's like, it's still all of us. Like when they say, man, that brother Thashion, man, he getting it popping down there. It's still me.
Right.
It's still us. It doesn't matter. When the Captain Tazariak wins a debate, it's still us.
Right.
You get my point? Like when I go and I tell people, like maybe I might show them a highlight of something of a camp that I wasn't even at, but it might be a highlight for YouTube or something like that. I don't say those brothers was at camp. I was like, we was at camp and this happened. We was at camp and this happened, and a boot kiss happened. Or we was at camp and the Africans tried to come at us. I never say like, oh, they was up there. I'm like, I was there too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because we're all part of the same body.
Right.
All right, keep going.
Come. Now ye are the body of Christ, and members in particular. And God has set some in the church, first apostles, secondarily prophets, thirdly teachers, after that miracles, then gifts of healings, helps, governments, diversities of tongues.
Right. So Sabar, I think this is where your question is. This is gifts that the Lord gave to everybody.
Right.
Specifically. You got apostles, you got prophets, you got teachers, you know what I'm saying? You got brothers that just, teach. That, they don't see in the future. You know what I mean?
Right.
They don't have prophecies. But does that mean that these brothers are not important? No. right? Thirdly, teachers. After that, miracles. You got brothers that's going to be able to, do miracles. And I'm one of those brothers.
Right.
Because guess what? Every time you see a brother come into the school and change his life and get off of drugs and become an officer, that's a miracle. What the hell are you talking about? That's a miracle. That's demons. This brother had demons. I think he wanted to say something. This is the brother who had demons on him, and he was able to shake all that by what I told him.
Right.
You get my point?
Right.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to highlight Officer Bond, like his diversity in tongue. He speak what, like 40 different languages? This brother is smart. He speak a whole bunch of different languages.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that credits and that builds up the body because he can converse with different nationalities.
Captain Natazak.
Right.
Remember Captain Natazak? He went to Puerto Rico, and he was up on the he was doing his speaking and not Haitian, but
Creole.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
And Captain Capops just went to the Dominican Republic.
He was speaking Spanish.
Right.
I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, brothers have gifts, and that's what you want to focus on. Think gifts. Everybody has something specifically, like what Avon does by getting brothers to come into the school in Brazil. I don't got that gift.
Right.
I can't get on here and be talking to people, in Portuguese and try to get them to come into the school. I just don't have that knack, to have that special thing. But some brothers do. They have that gift to go other places and do certain things and learn different tongues and be able to talk in different languages.
Right.
All right, keep going. Miracles and gifts to healing. Some people can heal, and governments and diversity of tongues. So it's like brothers that can set up things. You know what I mean?
Right.
Brothers can be in a position of power. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we're talking about. You know what I mean? Like the government, man, and that's what the whole. When you look at like the scrolls, like the scrolls. This is the government right here. Right. That's it. That's the foundation. Literally, that's the government of Israel. Right there. If we just listen to it, man, we'd be in a great spot. That's the government right there. It's the foundation of Israel. And that's why we salute it every week. Go ahead.
Are all apostles? Are all prophets?
Right. Or is everybody that's the thing about these fake Israelite groups. Everybody. Why everybody in the school? I mean, not in the school, but why everybody who got like give themselves their own name?
Right.
Why every nut is Jesus Christ?
Right.
What? You know what I mean? Like David Koresh was Jesus Christ.
Right.
What's his name? Give me some more.
Tim Jones.
Tim Jones was Jesus Christ.
Right.
Yahweh ben Yahweh was Jesus Christ.
Right. Now Elijah Muhammad is Jesus.
Yeah, Elijah Muhammad, Jesus Christ.
Right.
What's that nut? God Jew. Jesus Christ.
Right.
Like, why everybody gotta be the top guy? You a goddamn nut.
Right.
Like, everybody gotta be Jesus Christ. Why can't nobody want to be Zerubbabel? Or Bar Jesus? Nobody want to be Bar Jesus. Everybody gotta be Peter,
right,
or Paul, or you gotta be the apostle. Everybody's not an apostle.
Right.
Damn.
Named himself Judas,
Yeah.
Not a man never. I like how you say that. Nah, man.
Everybody want to be. All the sisters want to be Anna. Everybody want to be Anna. Like Anna, the prophetess. See, Anna. See, what about the other sisters?
Right.
You know what I mean? Who's in the Bible?
Right.
But it's like, damn. Everybody got it, and this is what Paul is saying. Everybody don't got to be one thing.
Right.
That's not the glory in having a body. If we're all an eye, then what the hell will we be good if you don't have an eye socket to get plugged into so the body can see?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody just have to be the eye. Everybody want to be the head. No, that's what everybody want to be.
Yeah.
We want to be the head. Nobody want to be legs, toes, liver. Nobody. The liver, you can forget about
They
that.
don't want to be the uncomely parts.
Yeah. Nobody want to be the balls. You know what I mean? Nobody want to be the balls. Everybody. Somebody got to be the balls.
You have no wibbles.
Yeah. Somebody got to be that.
Good night.
It's a body, right?
Right.
But it's like everybody want to be the head. Everybody got to be, and that's why every single nut gotta be Christ.
Right.
That's how I know you a nut. The minute you start saying that, I know you a nut.
Right.
And then it was crazy on what was that, Clubhouse? It was two dudes that were claiming they were both Jesus.
They was arguing with each other.
Right.
Yeah, it was entertaining though. It was entertaining. I was on there knowing I wasn't supposed to be on there. But I was listening to these guys be crazy, man.
Oh, man.
It's crazy, man. But keep going.
Come. Are all apostles? Are all prophets? Are all teachers? Are all workers of miracles?
Mm-hmm.
Have all the gifts of Israel?
Oh, speak of healing.
It's like it. Have all the gifts of healing? Do all speak with tongues? Do all interpret?
Right. So he's saying, like, do everybody do the same thing?
Right.
No, we all do different things. Right. Keep going.
But covet earnestly the best gifts.
Right. Meaning this. It's wrong to covet things, right? To covet your brother, right? But there is good things that you can covet. So if you see Captain Tazariak that can battle and win battles, and you want to be a brother that want to be a scripture champion, then you can covet that.
That's right.
Then work at it.
Right.
If you want to be a brother that want to know how to raise up camps and go out and open new schools up, then you can covet that too.
That's right.
Then get under brothers who's already doing it. If you a sister in the school and you want to learn how you can bring programs to the school, then get under somebody that knows how to do that.
That's right.
Right? You can covet those things. But to covet like what a person has, that's where sin comes in.
Right.
Meaning like you coveting a brother's money, or you coveting his girl, his woman, or you coveting something that he has, and it's going to cause you to do evil things to get it.
Right.
Then that's where the sin comes in. But you can covet with your like the good things. Like if you want to be a brother who's into prophecy, you want to be a prophet, then get under brothers and figure out if some of those dreams is prophecies that you've been having. Like try to covet those things and go after those things to, get where you want to be, essentially. Because like that, even in the regular world, if you want to be if you want to be like DJ Envy or Charlemagne, then what do you got to be? An intern. Right? Everybody, whatever you're trying to do in life, you got to be an intern. Right. I went to school for electrical, but I couldn't just be an electrician. I had to be an apprentice first for 4 years, and I had to learn under an electrician until I got enough knowledge to be an electrician. You get my point? So basically, that's what he's saying. If you want to covet those things, you want to work towards those things, then that's okay. You can do it. You can try at it. Maybe it might not work. Maybe it might not be for you. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, we all have different gifts and we all have different jobs to do.
Right.
All right. And keep going.
Come. But covet earnestly the best gifts, and yet show I unto you a more excellent way.
Right. He's showing us a more excellent way to covet. You know what I mean? Because if you're going to cut, because remember, we would covet the bad way, and that's why we have these issues that we have in the Black community, because we covet the wrong things.
Right.
But with Paul is showing us like it's cool to covet, but just covet the best things. Cover the good things about a brother. And if you do that, that's a more excellent way to deal with it. All right, no sweat, man. So right, you have to at least try the things to find out your purpose. Yeah. Right. So that's what you do. So you work let me see. Okay, Rye Rich in here, Daquan. It's schizophrenia, the voices tell me I'm him too. The man shut the It's schizophrenia. I don't know what he's saying with that.
About them claiming to be Jesus.
Oh yeah, the schizophrenia, yeah.
Schizophrenia is making him do it.
The voices tell him to.
I am Malcolm X.
But that's what I'm saying. Why nobody want to be Bar Jesus?
Right.
Why nobody want to be him? Why nobody want to be the cat?
The one who was
the one. Remember that Paul told him about the. Paul told him that we was Israelites, and he went and made another. He went and made another god. He went and made like a god to pray to. And Paul was like, "Man, what are you doing?" When he was in the Book of Acts. Yeah. Why nobody want to be him? Why nobody want to be Bartholomew?
Right. What's the Simon?
Yeah, Simon.
Yeah. He was doing.
So what is his name? Simon Bar. Who?
He's like, how you do the miracles, man?
Yeah, nobody want to be Simon Bar Jonah. I have yet to see a brother with that name on Facebook, but I do see Judas Maccabee. You know, brother want to Mattathias. Like, why everybody got to be Mattathias?
Right.
Mattathias. You know, there's a ton of sisters with the damn name, with those damn names.
My name is Elias.
Yeah. Yeah. Why nobody want to be Esau? You won't find a brother with that name.
Where's Ham at?
Yeah. Oh, man. Hold on 1 second.
That's funny.
Nobody claiming that stuff.
Ain't nobody claiming Cain.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm Cain, man. I bought the worst fruits. Oh, man.
Hold on, I got you right now.
That's funny.
Oh, there we go. Why nobody want to be Abahud? Nobody want to be Abimiel. Yeah, nobody want to be him. But everybody want to be Christ. Well, there's a lot of names on here. Adonijah, Abagus, you know what I mean? Ahasuerus, Amalek. There's a lot of names, man. Nobody want to be these names.
Right.
Amariah. But you got cats want to be Amos.
Right.
Cats want to be Amos, Isaiah, you know, Peter, Mark, Luke, John. You know what I mean? Nobody want to be Barabbas.
I was going to say that too.
Nobody want to be Barabbas though.
Nobody want to be. He was all right dude though.
Nobody want to be Barabbas. None of that. That's a wrap.
Barabbas.
Yeah, Belshazzar. Nobody want to be Belshazzar.
Who was the one?
Bildad. Nobody want to be Bildad.
He was real fat. Got the knife stuck in him.
Something. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, nobody want to be him.
Yeah, nobody want to be them.
He was a king, man.
Yeah, everybody. Onag or something like that. Everybody want to be like, you know, Christ or
Right.
you know, the apostles. And this is what Paul was breaking down, man. It's like we all ain't the same.
Right.
All right. And you know, and hopefully that's how you can tell you got a nut. All right. When you're dealing with it. All right. So what's going on? Oh, okay. No sweat, Shabar. What are you? All right, no sweat. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here, man. We're gonna go ahead and end it right there. So he's like good.
Damn.
So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and end it, man. I don't want to add too much onto it, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep it succinct to what we were talking about or whatever. So
that was definitely good.
So all right, so we'll go ahead and end it right there, man. And of course, you know, not every week is gonna be like this, but of course, with this one, I wanted to keep it straight where it was at. All right. So if anybody got any questions in the room? All right, no sweat. I'm gonna bring up precinct officer Matazi Allah. You can come up this side. All right. Oh, okay. Go that way. All right. You good. They can see you.
All right. ISUPK security.
Step over a little bit more. Yeah, right there. Yeah.
ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister come to school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and set themselves of the world. If they need transportation, teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they'll seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is the commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means tenth in Hebrew, ma'asher. That's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds, free will offering for the priest. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate. We are doing cheap bottle. cheap bottle reviews. If you like to bring up a bottle and see if it passed the test, you can donate that bottle, and we will be connoisseurs. All right.
Yeah.
We have upcoming holy convocations. We have the Feast of First Fruits is May the 29th before sundown it starts. All right. That's May the 29th. And that's going to be held in Smyrna. All right. If you're here in Delaware or South Philly area or wherever Philly area, we're going to be having that service in Smyrna. All right. So prepare properly so that you can be on time. All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf like this brother here. With that being said, Men of Israel, Elijah, you can stand. Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Barak,
Yahweh Shemel Shabbat Thumb.
Yahweh Matai, SARS means turn. Sister Elijah, we're going to get Sister Curry, Sister Luke, Men of Israel, Elijah Shabbat, Elijah, Barak,
Yahweh Shemel Thumb by Shem Yahushua.
Yahweh Shemar, Damba, Shem Yahusha.
Yahweh Matai, Pastor Smith.